In this video we will continue to create a drawing of the crankcase, and because the Stirling engine is an assembly, I will control click the crankcase, because when I do that I will select the crankcase immediately in part level. I can see also here if I expand the Stirling engine, we'll see that it's selected. And I'll come up here to the assembly tab. I will save the crankcase to the hard drive, save as, and I will save it as crankcase and save. And I will also control select the flywheel, and I will do the same with this one. I will come up here to the assembly tab and save as part, and I will save it because later on I will create a drawing of the flywheel too. So I'll click save like so, and then I come up here to click new drawing and OK, and I will use ISO A4. I click OK. To add some views, I come up here to click standard views, and I have to click browse button to select my crankcase to create a drawing of it. So I select it and click open. I click this button to rotate it so that the tube will pointing upward like this, and we see the hole that goes into the crankcase. This will be the front view. And I also want a view from the bottom, so I will click the bottom button, and I will click standard to have 1:1 scale. Then I click OK, and I will place the views here to the right, because later on I will put a section view to the left. If you zoom out in a bit, we will see that we have some information, because when we created the holes, we checked a box that said thread callout to 2D drawing, and that is the information we have received here. So now it is inside the crankcase, so I can select the dimension, grab it and drag it outside the contour line. But you see that the knees are pointing in the wrong direction, so I will select the dimension, right click, and here we can reverse knee direction, like so. Do the same with this one, reverse knee direction. And we come up here to the next view, we will see that it's the same. I will drag it outside like this. But actually, I just want one of them, and I will save this one. And the others I will hide. So I will select that measure or this dimension. I will right click to hide. Do the same with this one and that one. Come down here. I will save that one. And the other three I will hide. Like so. And then we will create a section view. I will put that section view to the left. So I will select this view, and we come up here to View tab. Here we have Section, and we will use a vertical section line. So click that button. Come over here, and we find the snap point here in the middle of this edge. We click the snap point, and we got the section line. But I want the arrows to pointing in the other direction. I will come over here to flip direction, click that button, and I will also move this arrow up a bit, so that, or the end point up a bit, so that the letter A will not touch the contour line. And then I click OK, and I will put the section view here, like so. If we zoom in a bit, we will see that this line and this arc and that one is it's edgy, and that's because the view quality is set to draft. So if we select that view, come down here, we can change that from the view quality from draft to precise. We have a smoother arcs and curves and so on. Then we come over here, we select this view, and I want to see see hidden edges. So I will check that box, and I will do the same with this one up here. Select that view and click hidden edges. Then we will add some center marks. So we come up here to annotation, we find center mark here. Select that or click that command. I will click that hole and the other holes too, like so. That one and this one. Come up here to select that view, do the same. Click this circle and that one, so. And then I will click OK. We come over to this section view. I will click OK because we want to add a center line to the section view. So we click center line command here and hover the cursor over this area or that one, and we see that the area will be highlighted in gray. Also we see a preview of the center line, but I will click this area and I will click OK. Then I will grab the end point of the center line to drag it outside the contour line, like so. If we come over to this side, we see that we have a section line here. If we select the center mark, then we can grab this end point of the center mark and drag it to the center here, because we don't need two lines for that center line. We need only the section line here. So that will be okay. Well, then we will add some dimensions. We begin with the section view. So we come up here to annotation and smart dimension. And we will dimension the hole inside the crankcase. We could click the endpoint there and this endpoint, but we want the dimension to be attached to the hole. So therefore I will shift select this line, then that arrow will be attached to the line of the hole. Then I'll let go the shift key and I will click this line, and then I will drag the dimension outside the contour line like this, and I will click here. And that's because if I do any changes of the hole later on, this dimension will also change, because it is connected to the hole. So that's why it's important to click the lines. So it will, if you do any changes, the dimension will also change. It's a connection between the 3D scene and the 2D drawing. And we'll do the same with this one. I will shift select that line. I will zoom in a bit, like so, and I will shift select that line. I will come over to the other side to let go the shift key and will click that line. Put the dimension here. And I want the width of the crankcase, so I shift select this line, let go the shift key and click that line, like so. And then I will put a dimension here inside, so I will shift select that line, let go the shift key and select that line, put the dimension here, shift select the bottom line, and click that line. Shift select the bottom line again to put the extension line here, and do the same. Shift select the bottom line to put an extension line here. Like so. And then I will put a dimension here, shift select that line and click that line. Do the same here, shift select and click. And I will do the same procedure here, shift select that line and click this line to get a dimension of the hole. Like so. Well, these dimensions are diameters. So to get a dimension, a diameter assigned, we have to do like this. I will Press escape to exit the smart dimension command. I will select that dimension, then I will shift select 8 and 29, 31 and 38, and right click. I come down here to text prefix. We see the cursor is here, and I will click the diameter sign and click OK. And now we see that we have got that sign. We know that this measure is, or this dimension is a diameter of 31 millimeters. There's something I want to show you also. There is a, if you want to dimension, for example, if you click that endpoint and you click that endpoint, you see you will have a dimension that pointing in this angle. But if you right click, you will have a horizontal dimension, and if you right click again, you will have a vertical dimension. So that's a possibility. So when you right click, you change the position of the dimension. If you want a vertical, horizontal, or aligned dimension. But I press escape here because we don't need that dimension because we have that already here on this side. That's a possibility. We will also dimension the position of that hole, this hole, but I think I'll have to move this view first. It's too close to that view, so I will select the view, grab the border, drag it a bit, like so. We zoom in a bit, like so. We click Smart Dimension, and I will shift select that line and click the hole. Then the dimension is connected to the hole. So if I would move the hole, this dimension will also change from 5 to the new value. So I will shift select that line and click the hole there, and I will place the dimension here. We'll do the same on this side. Shift select that line and click the hole. I've got a horizontal dimension. Shift select that edge and click the hole, and we got a vertical dimension, like so. Then I want to dimension the depth of this hole. To do that, I will create a section, broken out section first. We come up here to the View tab. I will select that view, and we click that button, so we see that here we have broken out section. So I click that command, and then we come to the Sketch tab because we have to draw the section line. I will use the polyline command to do that, and I will draw a zigzag line to show that this is not the contour line of the crankcase, it is a section line for the broken out section view, like so. Then we come over here to the property browser, the depth settings. When I click that button, the depth of the hole is 5 millimeters from the placement. The position of the hole is 5 millimeters from the edge. So I click 5 millimeters there, and we click OK, and we have got our broken out section. If we deselect the view and we uncheck this box, we will see how it will look like when we print the drawing. But I used zero width lines. I check that box again. Then we come up here to Annotation and Smart Dimension. I will shift select that line. I will zoom in so that I can click that bottom line of the hole, like so, and put the dimension here. I will do the same on the other view here. I will create a broken out section of this area. So I click OK. I will select the view. I come up here to View tab and Broken Out section. Select the polyline to create the section line. Make it a zigzag line, like so. And close it, like so. And then the depth will be 5 millimeters. I click OK. We've got our broken out section. And then we come up here to Annotation to Smart Dimension. I will shift select that line, and I will come closer to see the bottom line of the hole, like so, and put the dimension here. Now we see, I'll click OK first, we see that this view is very edgy, and that's because the view quality is set to draft. So I will select the view, come down here, I will change from draft to precise. We got a smooth circle. We do the same with the other view here. We see it now, it's very edgy. Select the view, click precise, and now we got a smooth circle. And on this side I will also add a dimension for this arc. So I come up here to Smart Dimension, I will click this arc and I will get that one, this dimension, click OK. I will, when it is selected, I right click and I will come down here to set text format to above horizontal, like so. And I also want to make some adjustments for these dimensions. First of all, I want them to have an even space between each other. So I will select that dimension, shift select the others, these three. Come up here to common, we have distribute horizontally. So I click that command, like so. And then I want them to be diagonal too. So I will select distribute vertically. So it will be easier to see the value. Like so. And I think, well, then it's up to you to add more dimensions if you would like to do that. I will come down here to change the title, select the box, right click properties, I click part property, I will click description, OK. And do the same with this one to get another drawing or document number, part property, and I will select part number, like so. And then I will click fit sheet, and I want to save the drawing. So I click save as, and crankcase, I click save, and then I will close the drawing, like so.